Same problem with a Zoom meeting. If you're talking to somebody, you're not looking at them. 'Cause you're reading something on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's the only
Yeah, that's it,
awkward
yeah.
thing.
I want to invent the screen that has the tiniest little camera right in the middle. And all the text just goes around it, be a little dot right there, and then it'll be right where you're reading all the time, and it look like you're paying attention. They can get a camera to go up your nose and tell you everything that's going on up there. They can get them to go anywhere. Why can't they have one right in the center of my screen? I think that would work. Yeah. Invent it. These guys are young and intelligent. He's an inventor. He's a genius. Put them together.
Yeah, we have little kids.
Yeah.
Oh, we, I think we're good to go whenever
Okay, do
you're
we have
ready.
anybody who's coming on from anywhere else?
We have Roger
Roger down
is,
there? Okay, he's just muted himself.
from Labella,
Yeah.
book one of the applicants, and then somebody from the public.
Okay. Do we have a pad to pass?
I ask people that when
Yeah.
making comment to,
So, I will call this meeting to order. 7 o'clock or so.
7:01.
So just to welcome everybody, nice to have you all here. I'm Barry Walsh and I'm the chair of the planning board. And 3 members here, and the rest are the public who are here for comment or something else, I don't know, but we will see and find out as we go. First, we do have some regular planning board business to do. We have a little agenda and we need to approve some of our minutes, which won't take long because, this is just, this is before we get to that part. So.
I'll make the motion to
Okay.
approve.
The August 21st ones. Those were the ones that, this was our first conversation about the 19. Yeah, okay, so that one we can approve, and since no one else was here, I have to go along with you on that one, so I'll do that. The April 10th meeting was the one that was about the Tawny Archway.
I'll
Again,
make a motion to approve that one too.
okay. Do that, I'll go along with it, and then the third set of minutes is the October 21st. This is when we were talking about
Approve those?
the, yes, and so that one was the subdivision that we were doing, only subdividing one property off from another set. Hello. Hi, how are you? And so that one was, so you guys, you were on that one. Yes, would you be interested in a?
The 24th.
Yes. Oh, no, sorry,
No,
the
I
October
wasn't
one.
on that one. No.
So Jenny again, yep.
Make
That's
it
okay.
approve.
We checked it for accuracy beforehand, and now the 24th.
Yes, I make a motion to approve that.
Okay,
Was
that
that
would be very good. Excellent. Thank you. I know we didn't go too fast for you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, who seconded the July 24th? Did anyone?
July 24th has to be,
I'll second.
there's no second, it just has to be
That's good.
Yeah. this time.
Got it.
We're in the midst of transition of members of the committee. That's what's going on. Well, we have new ones, newish. Excuse me. Okay, so that takes care of that part. And our only second piece is the discussion of the, okay, so this is a opportunity for the public to make comments about what's called the site plan. Now, our site plan review is terms you'll hear going over and over. And the idea about the site plan is that it's the exterior portion of what's going on the project. It's what we see from the outside as members of the community and all that. We like to have some control over what's going on in our community, what it looks like, etc., how it fits in. And of course, that's what zoning code is all built on, is the code that tells us we can do this because you need this much space and variety of things. And that code has been worked through for years. There's always room for changes and improvement as time goes on, but it's a fairly new code and we're pretty much up to date on that for the modern sorts of things. The idea about then the site plan is that the comments that come from the public are talking about the outside of the building. And so the outside of the building and the property that it's set on and its setting and the way that it's going to interact with the rest of the village. The interior aspect of the building is not part of what this committee has any control over. It could be a supermarket, it could be a auto parts shop, it could be a junkyard, but wouldn't get away with it. Slaughterhouse, but wouldn't get away with it because we have various limits as to what can happen in certain districts within the village. This project happens to be a combination of three things. It's residential, it is entrepreneurial, which is a section that the State University of New York, SUNY Canton, is using as a incubator of some sort, although we don't know exactly what's happening in that incubator, what format it's going to take, but it doesn't matter because they're in charge and they're, I don't know, renting the space, buying the space. I don't know how it works, but that's one of the anchors of what's going on. Besides the residential, and the third piece to it is that there would be 2 to 4, and I'm not sure if that's been worked out, retail spaces within this building. And the idea being that you have little things like who knows what, I'll just pick barber shop because I happen to see a barber shop up here that could go into it, or who knows what that could go in to that building to, you know, fit the needs of the folks that live there. Developed in the site plan review are things like that we care about, like impervious surface, how much surface is hot top and how much is able to absorb water and go down into the ground to stay there. It keeps the earth cool and all that. We want to retain water as best we can. You will see that there are, or we know that there are water features in that plan that address keeping the water. There's a retention pond that holds the water before it is actually finally discharged into the sewage, storm sewer system. It collects from all across the bit. Luckily, the whole thing slopes downhill. So all the water is, as it goes and is collected, it comes over to this retention pond, which is close to the Minor Street end.
Actually, it's bioretention. It's not a
Right.
pond.
Yes, that's right. And it has membranes in it, et cetera, to hold
Yeah,
the,
it's
prevent the silt.
Soil.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
keep that from escaping. That's right. And then as excess, that's what would drain through the septic or the sewer system into the river. So what we care about is things like impact on neighbors and things like that, what it might entail for you folks. And so as the comments here, the public is invited to make comments because we might not have thought of everything. And the beauty of this committee is that we have people from all around the village who are thinking about this in different ways. And now non-members have a chance to speak too. So I would ask that when you speak, that you bring up something new. And there's no need to say, oh, I vote with this one too, because that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for information. Then at the end of the discussion, you can stay or not, and then we would continue with the planning board's discussion of what we think we would like to do. So I would like to open this up to anybody who would like to ask or develop questions or make comments or anything like that. Right. Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Barry,
Oh,
reminder, name and address, or at least if they're a resident,
okay.
when they stay.
Yeah. So when you
Thank
do
you.
speak, we just once so we know who you
Yeah,
are.
my name's Kevin Hammond, lifetime resident of Rensselaer Falls, really, but lifetime resident here at Canton too. Basically, I'm gonna congratulate all you guys for probably eliminating the biggest eyesore in St. Lawrence County. You know, it's been a long process, a hard process. But I talked to your economic developer 2 years ago, and we are still interested in opening up doors to Fashion Up. Right here in downtown
Oh.
for you, as a business.
Uh-huh.
Maybe doing a little teaching about how to run a business in a small area. We were very successful for 29 years until my dad passed. But I'm just here to congratulate you all for your hard work.
Okay.
It ain't easy.
Well, there is retail space perhaps going in there, if that's
Yeah,
what you're
just-
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it hasn't been easy, and it's
No, it's-
been some starts and stops in the
Right,
process
but
of trying
Rome
to.
wasn't built in a day either, so
No.
I'm just here to congratulate you all for your hard work
Thank you.
and good luck.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you in a couple of years when it's built, I hope.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Lord willing, that is.
That's right. Very good. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Next.
Very nice comment. We can take those all day long. Yes.
Emily Hastings from the Canton Free Library. Is it okay if we look at the?
Sure,
trailer? Cause I haven't
sure.
had a chance to see.
Tim is our code enforcement.
You can overthrow.
He knows.
Let
Where
me
to find
reach
the
over all, everything.
You might wanna wait it for something under this.
Because what happens is it's hard to flip these pages.
The one that really matters is
Page,
C-130.
yeah.
bad.
It's regarding those notes and.
Okay, so here, it takes a while to orient ourselves. So here's Minor Street like this, and we are in the building here, I think. Okay, so here's Minor Street. So the building is kind of turned at right angle. Yeah, so you can point out the library is here, isn't it?
This one.
Okay, yes, see?
It says Public Library Post Office.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah, there you go.
is the actual library. This is your street coming into the old
Yeah.
areas. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. No, no,
This
that's
is the
definitely the library. Yeah,
Thatcher's.
this is
Yep.
the road.
Yep.
And then this is your connection to your,
They just forgot about the post office, I think.
Yeah, it's just the back of that little piece, yeah, because that's the apartment house.
Yeah.
Yep.
It says, okay.
sure you.
Yeah, they're all labeled fairly well.
Just looking.
Which building is Game Quay?
There you go. Yep.
So that isn't included in the property. Gamer Craze is not being sold or bought, whichever the term is. So when we look at this, we care about green space and impervious surface as well as the drainage. And the numbers are such that there is more pervious surface, meaning more good drainage soil than required by code. They have less impervious than, I mean, they are allowed more impervious, but they're not taking it. They're leaving more water to be returned to the ground, less drainage into the river. Because all of these green areas are now green, where now it's all black top. Yes,
How tall is that?
so it's 3 full stories. And there is a picture in the front of this one that develops.
They have some.
Wait,
graphic.
Yeah, that might be it.
that's a better one.
You flip through that. You'll get some more.
It's really easy to get disoriented on it.
It is,
Like,
yes.
You get that? So, this is Minor Street.
Okay.
This is a municipal
Okay.
building.
Okay. Okay.
Here's Gamer Craig. See this area right here?
Okay.
This is the bioretention, where
Nice.
that's all the stormwater is gonna be
Oh.
filtered through there.
And that one you gotta be careful. Is that that's the Google Maps overlay, right?
Uh,
Cause they go further into this space here into this parking lot
Yeah,
than is actually on this.
yeah,
plan.
some of it is inaccurate, like
Yeah.
this section here.
My house next door to the putting my money,
Oh,
Oh,
my money, just close it.
so is it right? This is a piece that the village owns, but is not going to be included into this. That's that mode area.
Yeah,
Is your house here?
So this is like looking, this is a corner of the municipal building.
okay,
This is like the municipal building parking lot.
gotcha, okay. That's tall.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You just said something about that mode area not being what?
This belongs to the village right now, but is not part of this project. It's just there, just happens to be behind Gamer Craze. And that's who owns it. But I was figuring where her house is. It must be this house back here, this next
Okay,
one,
so
yeah, just next to it.
next to it. Okay.
Okay.
So you have quite a lot of
That's
buffer
looking from-
space between before it even gets to where your house is.
Okay.
Area right
Yeah,
there.
this is the first driveway that would go in. And this is another driveway that will go in. And then there's access out through here. as well
Rendering.
as this one.
I think they're just trying to show it like, hopefully, yeah,
Yeah. Look like there's something.
Somewhere there's.
yeah, there's a story is,
Nice.
they have.
Like
they
modern
will be
plants
using
growing
that
up in it and stuff,
Minimize
as
it.
if we're peeking through the woods.
Was that the one they brought with them and put on
It might have been. That's a,
the hard top?
let's see what's in these first 2 pages here.
Did it have one like that?
It's been
Did it
Is it-
picture?
It's in those
Page
pictures?
3, 4. Not this big one.
None of these.
Yeah.
No.
No, there's been a beautiful picture that shows right up through the
Bio-
greenery and
Yeah,
all.
but
Is that in the
the-
stack?
That is.
That
nice.
one's,
How does this change the number of parking spaces? Kind of looks like there's more than there are now.
Yes, as a matter of fact, because I think the building is smaller footprint than the building footprint that's here now.
Because that's in shape.
Right, because it goes all around, and this is gonna be more enclosed in here. Now, I don't know that, but we've gone down in acreage from 2.44 to 1.98 or something like that acre coverage. And even according to the plans, and so where that building covers pretty much everything from here all the way across around like that. So we have, and not only gain that, but gain green space, and this is being changed to a turnaround,
Like a loop, yeah.
yeah, instead of being this. Because, yes, because the dumpsters would be down in here somewhere, and they don't wanna back that far and then dump it and then drive out, or either way, that's too dangerous, so they wanna be able to turn down
I'm
here.
glad you not put anything in there.
So,
No nice thing.
so far, this is an unplanned piece and is not needed for this one here, because certainly if they had to have it, there would be discussion. I don't know how it would have come, but there would have been, but so far, this meets, now these people, Vicino group, have done a rehab at Clarkson, did a very nice job apparently, and they've done this in other places, Troy and places, other cities. What they've done so far has seemed to be really nice. They're working with a local architect as well, who took over, what's his name,
Washburn.
Brooks Washburn's business,
Or
yes.
Labella.
Oh, and then they went to Labella, they've become,
No, they are.
they are Labella,
Well,
Yeah.
Novellas
it's
who took
sold
over.
to-
took over,
yeah, exactly.
so,
Which spots are handicap spots?
oh, good question.
Over by the library
There's 3
Okay.
here,
and then. just
2
over by the
there,
library.
Okay, these guys.
yeah, and there are a couple.
So handicapped people who want to go here, they go like that. If they want to go to the library, they go all the way around the parking lot. Through here and through this.
So,
Something like
is some of this
Here's
is
a question.
post office
You feel
parking?
like the handicap
Is there,
people
is
are-
that on here? Is that those,
I mean,
these
they want
spots right here, post office? Are they further over?
But they are.
Right.
Because
Is there a note on that?
they have certain,
Well, it's something you could,
they have certain
Because we
lots,
did
but
make
anyway,
an effort to, like,
um,
knit that.
the code requires a certain number of parking spots for this many. 1.5 cars per unit is what that is, and that's, those spaces have been exceeded. The number is exceeded, and then there's a certain number for retail that are added on top of that, and then for employees at those retail units.
So that ratio that you just mentioned about parking spaces, that is strictly for the new build.
Correct.
That doesn't provide any parking for Gamer Crate.
Oh. Oh, good question.
Barry, can I chime in with a couple of
Sure.
thoughts?
Yes, please do.
This is Rob
Roger,
Holzman.
he's-
I'm with Messina Group. Roger Keating is also on our call. He's with our engineering group that's been helping us work through this process. Can I share my screen? Is that possible?
Is that okay, Barry?
Yes,
That's
fine
up
with
to
me.
you.
Absolutely, yes.
Hang on one sec. Yes, I permitted it, so you should be all set.
Jenny has all the power, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, that's what I heard last time. All right, can you see? What do you see? Oh,
nothing yet.
Yeah.
all right, hold on. Let's see what's happening here.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, you see that now?
Yes.
Yes, it's a little small. Hang on just a second. Let me see. I made it a little bigger.
Well, let me see if I can you see when I move my mouse around on the screen? Can you see that a little bit?
Yes.
A little, yeah.
Okay. All right. So this up here is Planned Parenthood, just to give us some orientation. Down here is the Gamer Craze place. This is what we're calling down here at the lower bottom parcel 6. And right now we have no plans for parcel 6. But what we're looking at right now is we've got a pretty meaningful stormwater treatment plan for the middle of the parcel coming off of what used to be the grocery store and those other retail commercial spaces that were up, at the top end of the slope that come down onto Minor Street. And I think from what I understand is oftentimes there are flooding issues that happen down on Minor Street because of the water flow coming off of the site itself. Um, we're required to have 112 parking spaces, but with what you see here, we've got 125 parking spaces with 2 access points off of Minor Street. And then the behind of Planned Parenthood is publicly owned by the village, and it is a parking lot. So we're looking to utilize some of that space for Planned Parenthood and for the hair salon that is located in this area right here. We do have a connection into that public parking space. We're not looking to change any of the traffic flow coming off of the area coming into where the post office is. That's one way. We'll keep that one way. But what we're looking to do is create a little bit more defined parking area space for that area behind the library. We will have more defined parking areas that will again provide for a connection point into our parking lot area and provide some. We're not looking to put signs up that say parking only for, our project. It's going to be shared parking, particularly in this area behind the library and adjacent to the post office. Um, the area that you saw originally, can you see my screen still?
Yeah.
You see at the bottom, parcel 6,
Mhm.
that parcel right there. We do not, this is parcel 6. Right now in our parking plan or our flow plan, we're not including that parcel 6. So if we run into a situation where we may need to expand some parking there, we can still do that. We also have another conversation going on that perhaps maybe that area might be better suited for a public parking area, particularly because the Knights of Columbus, they have their Monday night bingo nights and they have a pretty high parking demand. We might look to work with the village to kind of make this more of a public parking area. I'm not sure the plans you're looking at, but when we were there with the planning board about a month ago, one of the board members was in sort of the catering business and brought to our attention the need for the SUNY Canton space that we're going to have here for the Innovation Center. There might be a need for a little bit more flexibility with how their catering trucks may come into the space and how they have some areas to kind of park their vehicles. So we changed the parking area in the back here a little bit more to be more flexible to the SUNY Canton activities that may or may not have. And you'll see there's a couple of doors that are back access into this space here. And then also, let me see if I can zoom this in. At the back, at the back of the building, we did add a playground space. We don't anticipate there being a high demand for youth in this building. Having said that, though, we would like to make sure that we provide some kind of playground space that allows for, you know, residents to get out and take their kids out to kind of get out that extra energy, right? But also we played into with our site plan this walkway here that connects more directly with the walkway adjacent to the library that connects to the park across the street. So I hope that provides a little bit more clarity about, you know, our thoughts, where we are with this process. We think that the building orientation that we have here gives a nice visual connection to Main Street, to downtown, with, you know, particularly the innovation center that we're partnering with SUNY Canton on, because we would like to have that visual connection when you know, when the village took over that McDonald's space and knocked down those buildings, there's a really strong visual connection from here to Main Street. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit.
Oh, indeed. Yes. Yep, excellent. Anybody have any questions of him, Rob, while we have it at this point? Yes.
I'm Paul Schrems. I live at 4 West Street, which is nowhere near this, but I'm president of the Salto Club, and we own the building where the Knights of Columbus hold their meetings. So, I'm the president of the club that owns the building across the street,
I didn't hear
right
somewhere.
around where, which is diagonally across the street from what we're calling Parcel 6.
Oh, yes.
So, the architect mentioned that there was a big need for parking for that building, whether it be for Knights of Columbus meetings, bingo, or an occasional wedding reception, things like that. Sylvia Canton has actually come to different people that use our building and complained about them parking in her lot. We've been using, unfortunately, they've been going there, whether we say no or not. We've been parking in the white flower lot across the street from Minor. And lot 6, the Salto Club used to rent from Barry Cohen. We had a rental agreement with them where we rented that lot and used that for parking, in exchange for us mowing it. When the village took it over, I'm assuming the village is now mowing it, but we still use it. And there's a significant number of people that park in front of what is now Gamer Craze, so.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's like coil and cat, it's tough to tell people where to park, so we're particularly concerned about still having access to some parking. I heard the gentleman say that there's no plan to do anything with that. Who might potentially have plans to do something with that? Who owns it and who would make the decision of the future use of lot 6?
So
So
I would.
current-
Yeah,
The village owns
the
it.
village. So it's really the village. Yep.
Yes.
So like the village
We allow
board,
you to-
whoever makes the decisions for
When we're
use.
paying
Right.
rent there, we stop that,
Thank you.
Yeah.
so there's no rent there, then you have access to it.
Well, we're very happy with the status quo, except we're still trying to keep people out of the other private lots, like Sylvia. But if for some reason that becomes a parking lot, will the drainage on that be tied into the system that we're designing in this new facility? Or would we have to have new drainage designed for that potential parking lot?
It would, because it's too far away to get, because that retention's way over here. It's gonna be, but,
It's also downhill from it.
yeah, yep,
So it sounds to me like it's gonna stay the way it is until the village decides, do they have other plans for it?
correct, yep. Yep. Good. Good, well, so I think that's. Yes,
I have another question. Where are the buses gonna go? Are the buses still gonna be accessing that back lot?
oh,
Public?
this is the Trailways bus,
Yeah, well.
so we don't know, but the possibility has been floated to me that the bus station might be one of those retail spaces. Now, the entries are listed as 20.5 feet, but that seems narrow. That's 2 10-foot lanes, and code minimal is 20. You can make it bigger, and the designers think that 26 should be the right width, and that would be better if the bus does want to come into there. Um,
So that's a decision that's up to Trailways, kind of?
yes, yes, but it will be constructed to the point that they could fit in
Yeah.
if they wanted to,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
I assume.
And I thought I saw something that looked a bit like public transit shelter. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be a stop in there for service. or
Not-
not.
No, we're not proposing a stop right now, like a sheltered stop. We're not proposing that, right?
Oh, it must have been just a sheltered bench or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr.
But-
Chairman, it's Roger
Yes.
from Labella. Just, I see Tim's in the room. Tim, so we can go to 24, 26 feet wide on those entrances, your opinion?
Yes, yes.
Well,
Excellent.
it'd also be good for fire service.
We were just trying to honor the code, but there was a little bit of confusion when I was reading it, so we'll make that revision for the final plats.
That's the village code restricted you to 20 feet.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the meeting, I said, well, it's a pretty good code, but sometimes there's places that could be changed a little. And that's one of them, because,
Always.
yeah, I know 6 feet, that's 3 feet on either side is just a drop in the bucket for changes. It's not gonna hurt anybody's ability to use the place, and it makes it so you can turn easier and not run over your curbs.
Agreed.
There's nothing that's encroaching on. The reason, and I was in on doing the code, this current version of it. And what we were thinking was we just don't want to have like a wide open
Mhm.
apron, so to speak, and anybody can drive in any old where. And so
Like
it
it is
seemed
now,
at the
right?
time-
Like it is now, yeah.
That's right, yeah. So it's a Wild West show. So the idea is to narrow it down. Now I'd be the first guy to modify that in code, and if anybody pushes it, it could go to zoning board of appeals. So I wouldn't, that can't hurt the project either way. Having a
Yeah,
wider-
the aisle width, I think the aisle width is defined pretty clear. It just,
Mhm.
so I think it's just a little bit to do with definition of what's a maximum or minimum, and that's all it is.
That's right, yep, so, yeah, nobody would ever notice that it wasn't right at any time of inspection, that's for sure, but we'll make sure that it's legit when the time comes.
Thanks.
We will too. We will
Yeah.
too.
You will. Because it can only help. And it's just a little less curb to pour. These are poured in place curbs, I think, along there. And so it's more road, less curb. I like that. Okay, well, Rob's okay with this? Is there anybody who has anything that they'd like to bring up that they haven't yet, this is a pretty easygoing meeting as far as open-mindedness is concerned? Anything we can do?
Looks
Okay,
like you guys have worked hard on it and very exciting to see it.
it is exciting. What's exciting to me is that you have a rental policy that's between 40 and 80% of the minimum of the median income. And if you're down in the 40, you get subsidized, you can be up to 80%. And so that it's a mixed group. It's not just high end, it's everything, so this is not just a developer, this has got some state program in it and things that are making it just what you need as a centerpiece in a village like this. And
Was it, there was talk that it was going to be targeted to seniors. I wasn't sure.
No.
what happened.
no, not at this
No.
point.
No.
I have a
No.
feeling that people who are working in the
Yes.
innovation center are gonna wanna live upstairs. Never drive.
And we think that some of the seniors in the community that want to downsize might move in as well, so.
So they'll
we-
be open to that.
Yes,
Yeah, and some of the hospital workers, that's what the market study tells us anyhow.
For sure.
Yep. and owing to that, and owing to my various careers, I wanna be sure they have a stretcher size elevator. Because, yes, that's a very important thing. And one of our high rises doesn't. You have to sit up for CPR, it doesn't work. So we want One, doesn't have to be several, just one that
I
everybody. can get
agree. Barry, I was a medic for a little while in my early years, so hear what you're saying.
to. Yep. I've been both an EMT and a funeral director, so that really adds up to moving them in and out. So, yeah, so that's an important piece to it, but yeah, seniors could live here. That would be a nice, there's no
Yeah.
limit that I know of that they're proposing. Although again, we don't have any control over the insides, but it's nice to know. It is nice. So, I mean, this is a lot of community resource going into this, and I think it's important to have push behind it and satisfaction.
Centerpiece.
Yeah.
It certainly, as Kevin said, it's been an eyesore and it would be the opposite now.
Yep, it really could.
Center.
Yes, okay, so then at this point, if there's no other comment that anybody would like to make, I would close the public portion of this and you may stay for our deliberations or you may go and enjoy the rest of your evening. And we will start, see what we can do. Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much for being here.
Before I leave, what deliberations are you?
Oh, so we're going to decide if we will approve this with conditions or approve it just as it is or disapprove. Those are our three choices. And so we won't disapprove. The only real condition that I can see, so the county had things that they said we should do differently or that we should follow through on. And I'll cover this right now. It says that all the lighting must be downcast.
Mhm.
That's what the county said. We've already covered that. It's actually in our code and they call it dark skies compliant lighting so that it's, and it doesn't shine in other people's windows and things. There's a whole scheme for how that's done. So we're already ahead on that. They said we have to submit a SWPPP, which means stormwater something for protection. basically.
Stormwater
So-
pollution prevention plan, which has also been provided to you guys already. So
Oh, yes, it has. It's in huge, it's page 6 on the, it's, but
Yep.
see, it wasn't called the SWPPP. It was called elevation and drainage. So that's why they said no SWPPP. However, it's drawn out beautiful. And all, you can follow through how the storm drains connect together and drain to the bioretention thing there, so that they did have that. And page 9, I think, of the, maybe it's 14, is all the details of each manhole type, each distribution box, passage along, and then the next page is the during construction stormwater protection, where you put up the hay bales and the various other things and collect in the catch basins with bags that filter it and that sort of thing. It's all documented in here, heavily done. I'm not sure it's exactly at the level that it has to be according to all the requirements. The municipal water supply is sufficient. That's another thing that we have to know, and we have a letter from the engineer, at least, or from the town, not supervisor.
your superintendent of public
Superintendent.
works, yes,
That's
he
right.
provided a will serve letter for both water and sewer, based
Mhm.
upon the calculations that we provided the village.
That's right, and it included a surplus, like 120% that you have to be able to handle of what the demand is, and that all is there. We have the pipe might even be the right size out in the main road. I forget where it connects. It's out on Main Street somewhere. Uh,
I can open up another plan if you
Well,
want.
we know that it's there and they can attach to it. The signage is our own little deal. It says that you have to meet the Village of Canton requirements for signage. You will, and we will. We're in complete control of that. Section 350 there. Applicant should follow any additional regulations. All right, so we're not gonna add any additional ones because they've been meeting code all the way. The only condition is about a snow storage plan. Now, we covered the snow storage plan last time, which was it'll be hauled away. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. Plus, you have all this green space here for it to be piled on in the meantime. So as long as the plan would be to haul it away when it gets, adequate amount, then I would say that would be a adequate plan. Would you agree that you have an adequate plan to haul it away?
Yeah,
Haul snow
there's,
off? Yeah.
and for the record, we can provide a narrative of the snow removal procedure for you guys, just to put with the
Okay.
file.
Okay, let's make that a condition then.
No worries.
Cause I don't wanna put it through just okay. wanna
We can
have a
do that.
condition.
We
Yep.
can do that.
Yeah, we'll have a condition. Good, and that's the end of it. It says the county board's review of the project is now complete. based on the planning board's decision, any motion to approve the project other than conditioned would require a supermajority, which means one more than the quorum here, which is all we have. So, but we're not gonna countermand anything the county says necessarily unless you want to, but I can't see why we would.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to us, and it looks like a great plan to me, so thank you.
Okay, and we really appreciate knowing about the
Thank you.
KFC. That's
Yeah,
important to
okay.
know. Thank
So
you.
this would be the Salto Club,
Ah.
which we went to KFC for our building, yeah.
I see. Yep.
Thank you all.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Yep, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
So. This point. It's up to anybody who doesn't like it to say, I don't like it, we gotta change it,
Mhm.
or,
Can I,
yes,
I
absolutely.
liked what Emily was saying about, they have right now handicap access towards the backside for the library.
Oh,
And I was wondering if there could be another space or two added on that side for the library use. Because if there are residents using these two,
and
that
that doesn't-
kind of, it, even if they did get a parking spot, that is a long ways to go from there all the way to the library.
Yeah, Roger, I think that should be easy enough to add, right? We got some parking spaces back there next to the library that we can dedicate to,
Yeah, I think we could
Yeah.
add a space or two for
Yeah.
designated as handicap
Yeah.
parking. The one thing is there is some signed parking back there now for the post office. So we would want to, the intent of our plan was try to continue to honor, at least those areas so that, there's space available. As Rob said, we look to share parking here. So, Rob, maybe where we have those three across the way, because those aren't, on our site plan in that same back area, there's three spots we might be able to designate.
well, there's
In-
two in the back next to the library. Maybe we can add another one closer to the library. Yeah.
There's the other
Yeah.
corner, right,
Yeah.
it has a circle in it that I can see from here.
Yeah, there was some signage for those there.
That
I think it
one's
was
neat.
reserved, I think it was reserved for post office parking, but,
Oh, that's
we
those
could,
guys.
so what I was saying is, we can most certainly swap that out for one.
Oh,
We just
nice.
we might just need to give them, across the way where you see the other circle, maybe we put a sign for one of those over there, Rob.
Yeah.
So they still,
Okay.
so we can make the space you all are talking about close to the corner, but we might want to give them a space back on the other side is all.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
Tight.
Okay.
Because there's some signs out there today that like, I think they say reserved for post office. So we were just, again, trying to honor what was there.
Yep. Yep, very good. Okay, so. Who'd like to, maybe we could make a motion to accept this with conditions.
I make a motion to accept this with condition.
Okay, and that condition being about snow, a narrative about snow removal. And reconsideration of a handicap parking spot. To be two,
For the library. specifically.
right, yep, okay, excellent. We have a move and a second. Okay, all right, haha. So then any further discussion? Robert and his rules sticks his nose into this? No? Okay, then, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Excellent, okay, thank you all very much. Thank you, man, for being here. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you all too. We're really excited about this project.
Well, my excitement has increased since I heard the story about how nice the quarry looks.
Good. That's
Yep,
awesome.
that,
Good.
I was well impressed, and I wasn't even there, but the people who told me about it impressed me enough that I think we're all on the right track.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited
Great.
about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you all.
everyone for your time tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good. So I think we can adjourn. Is that right? We have no more agenda?
That is correct.
Yes.
I can
Okay.
take care of that.
Oh, you haven't yet? Okay, got it.
Morgan moves that we adjourn and Jenny seconds. Jonathan wants to stay, but too bad.
I was distracted.
Yeah, thank you too.
What's going on? Yeah, exactly, walking babies. We have the option also of designating a spot or two. Also. That didn't come up, but.
But that's right too. Yeah,
That may
that's
be
right, yeah.
Public parking goes all the way through.
Yeah.
Might
We
actually,
can designate a spot.
that might actually be better just from a distance standpoint too. They don't have to go all the way around the library.
That's
Yeah.
one thing we can do.
Yeah.
Addition.
You know, the whole post office thing is gonna be a whole nother.
Yeah, because we're renting to
What was
them.
the
They're getting-
Oh,
Well, they pay us for
Oh, that, okay, I already wrote that down and I just couldn't
But then
think of
when-
what it was.
property transfers, then it's up to them.
Oh, 'cause it's